Bubble Busters!
My name is Adrian. I'm 34 and work in an office. I'm married and live with my wife, Michelle, and my middle school daughter, Hillary. Michelle and I are both working 9-to-5 jobs. We know Hillary would be alone at home after school, so we always try to leave work on time. After we got home, we would always make dinner and spend the evening together. One day, I got off work on time, but something unexpected happened when I got home. Hi, I'm home. Hillary? What's wrong? Hillary was in the living room, crying on the sofa. I knew something terrible must have happened. Why are you crying, Hillary?
Dad, look at this.
Huh? What is this? A death note?
Yeah, I wrote my friend's name on it, but can't erase it anymore.
What? What should I do?
I'm kidding, but take a look at what's written inside.
Let me see. I flipped through the notebook Hillary handed me and immediately recognized that it was my wife's handwriting. So I knew it must have been my wife's diary.
Another month, another day. I hooked up with my boss Brian after the company dinner. Another month, another day. I can't stop thinking about Brian, even when I'm with my family. What am I doing with this family? Another month, another day. Brian and I did it in the accessible washroom. Another month, another day. I'm pregnant with Brian's baby, but after discussing it with him, we decided not to have the baby. I'm sorry. Another month, another day. I tried to seduce Adrian as my last hope to keep the baby. If it goes well, I can pretend it's his baby and don't need to get an abortion. My plan is not working. Brian is the only one who can turn me on.
What's in my wife's diary was more complicated than a romance novel. I was also very concerned with the fact that my middle school daughter had already read it. My mind went blank.
Dad, what happened to Mom?
Anger level 70%. Well, damn it. I can't think of anything to say.
I know Mom invited Brian over to our house several times when you were not home, but I didn't know they were sleeping together.
Anger level 80%. What? Are you serious?
Yes, I saw Mom and Brian on the sofa a couple of times when I came home from school.
Anger level 90%. What the hell?
Did you notice anything, Dad?
No, I didn't.
Men are so insensitive.
What? Where did you learn that phrase from?
At school?
Oh, you learned it at school. It was hard to believe that my daughter had grown up so fast. But of course, I was more shocked at the content of my wife's diary. At the same time, I was disappointed in myself.
So what are you going to do, Dad?
Well, let's keep this a secret for now.
But I won't forgive her so easily. Anger level 100%. Time to trouble bust the cheater.
What?
Hey, Dad, I have a good idea.
What is it?
Well,
I've always thought Hillary was still a kid, but she was more mature than I ever expected. After a while, Michelle came home.
Hi, I'm back.
Hey, you're home! You've been coming home later than usual recently.
Yeah, there have been a lot of things to take care of at work.
Hillary and I exchanged eye contact.
I'll go make dinner.
Oh, you need help?
No, it's fine. It's my turn to cook tonight.
Okay.
Huh? Is anything wrong? You seem different.
No, everything's fine. I managed to stay calm throughout the evening without raising any suspicion. Later, on a Saturday morning... Morning! We're having a gathering at your parents' home for your father's Remembrance Day, right?
Hillary and I are both ready. Could you hurry up and get ready too?
Oh, okay. After Hillary showed me the diary, I naturally started to become distant from Michelle. But Michelle had already become distant from our family after getting intimate with another man. As a result, I gradually fell out of love with her. I thought about divorcing her, but it wouldn't be easy because we have a daughter. Every day had been like torture for me, but things are about to change today.
hey, Grandma.
Hillary, you've grown so much. I'm sure your grandpa would also be happy to see you all grown up. I made you your favorite snack. It's in the kitchen.
Later, all of us gathered around in the living room for drinks and snacks. Grandpa used to always tell funny jokes when we gathered like this. I can't remember the last time we gathered as a family and laughed so much.
Can I put this notebook next to his picture, Grandma?
What? What's that?
Hey, that's
It's my mom's important notebook. I'm sure Grandpa would want to see it.
Why not? After that, we looked through old photos and sang together. Everyone had a good time, and we were about to call it a day. Some of the family relatives were already leaving, but my mother-in-law suddenly asked,
What's in that notebook? May I take a look too?
Sure.
Wait, no, give it back.
Dad, stop her.
"Sure I will."
Hey, let's see. Michelle, what is this? No, Mom, it's just a novel. Oh, is it? It's a fictional story with made-up characters.
Yeah, right.
Adrian, Hillary, I'm very sorry. I know an apology is not going to change anything, but I have to apologize on behalf of my daughter. Her dad would be mad about our foolish daughter, too. Hey, why? Why did you bring the note, Hillary? Explain to me.
Are you kidding me?
"How could you do that?"
That's enough. Mom, please let me explain. Dad, Mom sounds different.
Yeah, it's my first time hearing her speak in such a high-pitched voice. No matter how hard Michelle tried to explain, the evidence was right before everyone's eyes. Everyone became silent for a while, and the atmosphere in the room started to get gloomy. "I've had enough. Let's talk about this. What do you plan to do, Michelle? Your mother is listening too, so be honest. Anger level 70%.
What I wrote in the notebook is my honest feelings. You disappointed me.
I thought so. But guess what? I did an investigation on your boss, Brian. Anger level 100%. Time to trouble buster! I hired a private detective to help me do that, so all the information I have is up to date. Did you know that Brian is married?
I know.
And did you know Brian also went to the same accessible washroom with other women?
What?
Yep. 7 other women to be exact. Brian is apparently very popular with the ladies at work. I wish I was popular like him.
Hey!
You're lying. Brian told me he'll divorce his wife for me.
Then you're unbelievably stupid. There's more. Brian also has a son with another woman.
What? You're such an embarrassment to the family, Michelle.
I agree.
Well, I guess there's something wrong with me.
You think? There must be something wrong with you.
So what? Everyone makes mistakes sometimes.
Not everyone makes such terrible mistakes.
Do you think you can forgive me?
I can't forgive you.
Why?
What will you do now that you're pregnant with Brian's child?
Well, about that. Mom, what should I do? You can do whatever you want. You're not my daughter anymore!
Eventually, I didn't have the heart to divorce Michelle. She was scolded by her mother and despised by Hillary. She was also on the verge of a mental breakdown after she realized that Brian was never serious about their relationship. Later, Michelle's mother apologized to me repeatedly and thanked me for not divorcing her daughter. I knew Hillary also didn't want a divorce whatsoever, but I exposed Brian to his wife and made him pay for his actions. Brian's wife divorced him and asked for $30,000 as compensation. The other 7 women are demanding compensation from Brian too. I hope Michelle and I can work together to make a happy family life, like we used to. Trouble Buster!
I'm gonna try to bring back my old mom. Trouble Buster!
I'm Anna. My husband, John, was working away from home right now. I barely got to see him. So it was just me and my daughter for now. One day, I heard the mailman dropping off some mail, so I went outside and checked the mailbox. It's for me, but it doesn't say who it's from. Let's see. What the? A letter of complaint? What is this? I read the letter inside. I was so confused. You stole my husband away from me. I'm not gonna let this slide. Pay me $400,000 in damages. I'll come over to your house next Sunday with my lawyer. Wait, that's today. And $400,000? Lawyer? What's going on? That must be her. Good thing my daughter is still asleep. Coming. Hello? Did you get my letter? Oh, hey there, Natalie. Wait, you're the one who sent me that letter? I knew her. Our kids went to the same kindergarten. We didn't talk much, though. I didn't even have her number, so why was she here? What was happening? Stop playing dumb with me. You think I'm stupid? I know everything. Spill it. Wait, hold on. I really have no idea what you're talking. What did I do? You seduced my husband during field day, remember? Now he wants to divorce me to be with you. This is your fault. Rage meter, 30%. What? I've never even met your husband. And I know I'm good looking, but it's not my fault. You ruined my family. Stop playing dumb. You're not getting away with this. Pay me $400,000 in damages or else. How did you come up with that number? $100,000 for my sufferings, $100,000 for my sons, and I forget the rest, but whatever, just pay up. Here, talk to my lawyer.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Fred. I'll be representing Miss Natalie in this matter.
I can't believe this is happening.
Look, we can go to trial if you want, but if you agree to pay, we're willing to settle.
No!
Look, if we go to trial, it's gonna take a lot of time. Just pay up to make this easy for all of us.
But I have no idea what she's talking about. I need some time to think. What do I do now? Even after they left, I just stood there for a while, staring into the air. Then my daughter woke up. She looked worried. Then I finally snapped out of it. I did nothing wrong, so I got nothing to be afraid of. Yeah, it's not my fault I'm so beautiful. I'd better tell John. Hey, can we talk? It's kind of an emergency.
What is it?
I got this complaint letter today. It was from this woman, Natalie. Our kids go to the same kindergarten. She claims that I seduced her husband during field day, and she's asking me to pay her $400,000 in damages.
Wait, what?
And this lawyer came too. He said it would just make things easier if I paid up. What do I do?
Well, you didn't do it right?
Of course not! I've never even met her husband. I'll send you the picture of the letter and the lawyer's card. Can you take a look?
Wait, wow. What the hell is this?
Huh?
First off, this is a complaint letter. This is the form you use when you want to report a crime to the police. You don't use this when you want to sue someone. They're not reporting a crime and you're not the police, so...
Rage meter, 60%. Right.
And this lawyer. The address seems legit, but the picture on the website? This isn't him. He's probably in his 60s.
What? But the guy that came to my house was so much younger than that.
And look at his card. The font. It's all round. I think this is fake.
Rage meter, 90%. You're right. I can't believe I didn't see that. None of this makes sense. I guess I was just panicking.
It's not your fault. I'd panic too if some lawyer showed up at my house out of the blue. I'll take some days off. Let's go to the police.
What? Why don't we just go talk to her?
Oh, we'll go there too. But this isn't right. Maybe this is some kind of fraud. I'm pretty sure this is illegal.
Really?
Yeah. Can you call the real lawyer up? We might be able to find some clues.
Okay, I'll put these in a plastic bag for fingerprints and stuff.
Good idea. Keep it somewhere safe.
But how do you know all of this? You're an engineer.
I've just been watching a lot of TV shows about crime investigation. That's all.
So I looked up the lawyer's name online. My husband was right. It was some old guy. So I called him up and asked him about this other guy. He said he had no idea what I was talking about. A few days later, John flew back into town. Welcome home! We asked our parents to look after our daughter and went to see the old lawyer. When we headed to the police station, we made a quick stop at Natalie's house first. Rage meter, 100%. I can't believe she tried to trick me. I was terrified. Troublebuster. What the hell do you want? You got my money? No, I'm not paying you a dime. First, the complaint letter. You're the one that filed this, correct? Yes. You see my name on there? What's this about? And your lawyer. This is his card, right? Can you check the name and address just to be sure? Yes. Why are you asking me all this? Go talk to my lawyer. Stop bothering.
May I?
Who's this? Your dad?
Hello. This is my card.
Wait, what? No. Yep, he's got the same exact name and address as the lawyer you brought over to my house the other day. What are the odds, right?
See, but that lawyer of yours, I've never seen him before in my life. I'm getting old, so I'm handing over the practice to my subordinates, but they're both women, so your lawyer, he doesn't exist.
So this guy tricked me? Who is he? You don't know him then? No, he played me. He's a con artist. Oh, good to know. You're a victim here too, then. All right, let's go talk to the police then. Police?
Yeah, this guy tricked you, and he tried to scam my wife out of $400,000. It's against the law to claim that you're a lawyer when you're not, so...
Aren't you guys overreacting a bit? No, this is the right thing to do. Hey, you're a victim too, right? Come with us. Oh, I'm good.
No, you gotta fight this. You can't get away with this. We got a real lawyer on our side too. Come on, join us.
No thanks. What if this guy comes back to hurt me, you know? I better sit this one out. You should all just drop it. Hey, you listening to me? I'm sure he'll stop. Don't go! She tried really hard to stop us, but we went to the police anyways. We told them everything and handed over all the evidence. Now we just wait. Then the fake lawyer got arrested, and Natalie got arrested too. She was an accomplice. Turns out he was her older brother. Can you believe it? On field day, I was on the cheering squad, and her husband saw me and talked about me, apparently, and she got jealous. So she came up with this genius plan to get back at me. They're so dumb. And her husband didn't even like me. It was all in her head. That's gotta be embarrassing. And why did his brother agree to help her with something so stupid? They said they just wanted to scare me a bit, but if I came up with the money, I'm sure they would have taken it. Oh well, it's up to the judge now. And they decided to use that old lawyer's name because they saw his sign near the station. I guess they didn't put much thought into this. And the local paper read a story about this, so everyone they knew found out about what they did. Her family had to move out of the city after that. Her kid had to switch schools too. I kind of feel bad for her, but oh well. I'm just glad everything worked out for us. Trouble busters!
I'm Andy. I live with my loving wife Hillary and my 4-year-old son June. One night, after we let June sleep, I had a huge argument with Hillary. We rarely fight, but we couldn't agree on something, so we decided to talk about it once June went to bed. But it escalated into an argument. What June says is bad, but for his age, I think it checks out. He doesn't understand the words, but he just wants to use them.
You don't see him a lot because you work away from him, but I have to put up with him constantly. He says some horrible things, you know?
But changing his kindergarten seems too much.
But I don't get to see my parents at all. We sometimes see your parents, but they're very kind and intelligent people. The only reason then is that he got it from kindergarten.
Do you hear phrases like, go die now and you should go to prison at kindergarten?
I thought it could be magazines or books, but June has no interest in either of them, so...
Still, maybe we can watch over this a little longer?
Then what if he gets older and uses those words around his other friends and their moms? I don't want my child to be like that.
I know. Don't be so loud, or
Dad, Mom, are you not sleeping? Oh, sorry. Did Mom wake you up? You guys don't fight. Don't make scary faces. We need to sleep.
Mom and Dad are sleeping soon, June. Do you need to go to the bathroom?
I don't need Mom. Huh? Mom, leave now.
June, what are you saying?
June, you don't want Mom? I don't want Mom. Andy, you heard that, right? Are you going to say the same thing now? I can't take this anymore.
Hillary? She put her phone and wallet into her usual bag, and she really left the house. Stress meter 30%.
Dad, where did Mom go?
June, do you understand what you're saying? You can't say that to her. This is her home, you know.
Ah! It's because you guys fighting and had scary faces. I didn't like that, so I want you guys to smile.
No one is going to laugh if you say that. Words like, I don't need you, and leave hurt people. No one wants to hear that.
Yes, there is. There's someone that laughs.
Who would do that?
That's...
I heard him say a name, which shocked me to my core, because that person would never say such a thing and took an interest in Hillary. There is an adult out there who's teaching my 4-year-old son words he shouldn't know. And June would never lie to me. I calmly listened to June and decided to contact Hillary. Hillary, I'm sorry for not trusting you and letting June say horrible things to you. He's learning words from someone. Contact me when you feel better. The message was unread for a while, and it got a response the night of the next day.
Hello, I've calmed down now. Sorry for leaving, but I'm really shocked to know that June thinks of me like that.
No one would be fine if they were told that by their child. Where are you right now?
I stayed in a hotel last night, and I'm in a cafe right now.
I see. Hey, could you listen to me once? June didn't say those words to you because he meant it. He said those words to us because we were fighting, and he wanted to make us smile.
Huh? Who would smile by being told that?
Yep, June didn't understand those words yet, and to him it was some kind of gag that would make people laugh. Like from a comedian.
Oh, okay. But then, who's telling June that don't need you, leave our funny gags and make people laugh?
I don't want to believe it either, but apparently my mother is the one who told him that. Stress meter 60%.
There's no way. We're really close. We even have a trip planned next month, just the two of us.
I know. I don't think my mother would do such a thing, but I asked my father, and he said he may have seen that once.
No way?
It was about 2 months ago, when you were sick in the hospital, remember? I had work, so I asked my mother to pick up and watch over June that day.
Huh?
You know my father is still working, so my mother was mainly looking over June. On that day, my father came home earlier than usual and heard Mother and June laughing. He was wondering what they were doing and slowly walked in and heard,
I don't need Mom. Mom, go to prison. You're so funny, June.
This was what he had heard.
What?
Stress meter 90%! Father was surprised as well and rushed into the room to ask what was happening. My mother replied that they were practicing June's favorite dance, and he thought he misheard them and never mentioned it again.
No way.
I can't believe it either. But from what he said, that was exactly what June said, right? Hillary, I got a break from work today and tomorrow. I know you may want to cool down and relax, but if you can, do you want to go talk to my parents tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't want to stand around and think by myself. Let's go talk to them. Maybe there's a misunderstanding too.
Thanks, Hillary. I'll drop off June tomorrow, and we can meet up near the train station to go then. The next day, we decided to go to my parents' house. I asked my father to stay home as well, and he did as I asked. Stress meter 100%! I thought my mother was nice, but how could she teach June those words? I'll fight for peace in my family! Trouble Busters!
Hey, what's all this? Did something happen to June?
Yes, this is about June. Did you teach June to say, I don't need Mom, or leave the house, Mom?
What are you talking about all of a sudden? Of course I didn't.
He suddenly said those horrible words to Hillary last night. Please, could you talk to us honestly?
I don't know anything about that. Don't you guys have a clue where he could have learned that?
When Hillary was in the hospital, you were the one who looked over June, right? I saw you laughing when June said, Mom, leave, that day.
I don't remember that.
I remember, though. I was so shocked I tried to think that I misheard something, but I remember it very clearly.
Stepmother, I want to apologize if I did something that caused you any harm. So please stop teaching June this. Ugh, that face you made! I don't like that good girl face you make. I tried to ignore it. I was going to be a good stepmother, but when you went to the hospital and I saw Andy and my husband all support you, that was when I gave up. When I went to the hospital, neither of them cared that much.
Of course, I remember it was a few years ago, right? We were very worried. But Hillary went down sick right after June was born.
That's it! I was in the hospital, but no one came to greet me. They went to June and Hillary. I can't stand that. I get it, you don't want to see this old lady's face. I want to see a cute baby's face. But I endured the pain by myself and it was horrible. I couldn't say that to anyone because I'd be weird for getting jealous over a child.
I'll apologize for that. I remember now I was there for Hillary and June, but not you, Mom. I just contacted you a little.
That's why I decided to play with you. I wanted to see how your face would be if you were told horrible words from your own son. I wanted you gone, whether that was prison, abroad, or your home. If you were gone from my sight, I was fine with that. I told you everything. Are you satisfied?
We couldn't say anything while we stared at my mother crying. After this, my father quit his job, and they moved back to my mother's old home. It was his idea to live as far away as possible from Hillary, and she and I agreed with that too. She's under therapy now, and going through treatment. She said she wants to apologize to Hillary, But Hillary's too scared to see her again, so we have that postponed. It must be scary to know that someone you trusted hated you that much. June has stopped using those words, and now only uses phrases from his favorite TV shows. I think he won't ever use horrible words like that to his favorite mother anymore. Trouble Busters!
My name is Akashi. I'm a 41-year-old hard-working salesman. I married my wife, Mami, when I was just 20 years old. We were fortunate enough to have a baby a few years later and named her Hikari. It has been 20 years since my daughter's birth. I still remember it like it was yesterday. I've been working hard to make my family's life easier. Sometimes I feel like I could have done more in the 20 years of working, but I was still satisfied with raising my daughter. I'm talking about this because there was an incident that changed it all. My daughter was finally getting married. Although I was going to be a bit lonely, I was really happy for her. After looking at the joy her fiancé gave her, I was happy for the two.
Mom, Dad, my wedding will be in 2 months. Remember it.
Of course! We will never miss your big day, right?
Yep, I can't believe our little girl is already getting married. I'm going to cry already. Oh yeah, our wedding date will be a week before your birthday, Mom. You're right. Then we should celebrate the two on the same day. We can have one big party.
That sounds like a great idea.
Now I'm getting even more excited. A birthday party and a wedding party. Then it's decided. Yay!
On the day of the wedding birthday, I drank too much the day before and woke up around noon. I quickly took a shower and prepared for the wedding ceremony. Wait, where's Mommy? I guess she went to the chapel by herself. She could have at least woken me up before leaving. I decided to go to the chapel after brushing my teeth. After I got into the reception, a guide told me where to be seated. That was when I saw Hikari in her wedding dress. She was like an angel from heaven. Hikari!
Hey, Dad.
Oh my god, you look amazing!
Right? I look so good.
Hikari, I'm going to cry.
Hey, don't cry yet.
Where's your mom?
Uh-huh. I thought she was with you.
Oh really? I thought she left with you. She wasn't home when I woke up, so I just came here by myself.
I wonder if she's okay.
After chatting a little bit, I decided to check on the reception to see if Mommy was there. But apparently she wasn't listed as present. So I decided to message her on my phone. Where are you?
I'm at your parents' house.
I sensed something was very wrong. I already saw her parents enter the chapel a few minutes ago, and there was no reason to visit their house in the first place. What are you doing? Check this!
What? Have you guys prepared the dress already?
What do you mean? Today is the wedding date!
What? Oh my gosh.
Quickly! You should still have time!
Shut up, I'm going!
I had no idea why she was the one that was getting mad. I then told everyone in the chapel that my wife forgot the wedding date, so she was going to be late. I didn't want to delay the wedding just because my wife was late, so the ceremony started without her. I took my daughter's hand and walked the aisle with her. I tried to look confident and tried my best to stop sweating my hands. Hikari and Shinoru then took hands and kissed each other to end the vow.
Now, could the parents of the bride and groom come up to say a few words?
Thank you all for coming on this magical day. I went on with my speech without my wife and congratulated the bride and groom on their wedding. Let's all put our hands together for the bride and groom. I then enjoyed the rest of the wedding alone, with no signs of my wife coming in. I was still really happy for the bride and groom. My wife finally arrived, only after everyone started leaving the chapel.
I'm finally here.
What were you doing?
Where's Hikari?
She's over there. She wanted to show you the wedding dress, so she hasn't changed yet.
Hikari! Mom, where were you? Hikari, you look terrific. I was so shocked when I saw you. I should be the one being shocked. What were you doing, and why are you wearing jeans and a t-shirt? But I'm glad you're here. I wanted to show you this dress. Kari, thank you.
Hey, no thank you. Don't try to play this off. I think you owe us an explanation.
You're such a petty man.
What do you mean, petty? Just give us a reason.
Shut up, shut up!
That was when I saw the taxi driver entering the chapel.
Hey, you forgot this!
Huh?
You forgot your husband's wallet.
Hey!
What? Husband?
Nothing. Thank you for bringing this to me.
No problem. Oh, this is a lovely wedding venue.
Yeah.
Were you trying to renew your vow with your husband with you? That's so romantic. I'm so jealous.
That's not it.
You don't have to hide it. The way you two were acting in the taxi. I know a passionate couple when I see one.
What?
Stop talking!
After piecing together the taxi driver's words and my wife's reaction to it, I knew exactly what was going on. She was definitely cheating on me with another guy. She was late to her daughter's wedding because she was having an affair. It's time for Trouble Busters! Do you have a second? I'll take that wallet and give it to the owner.
But
Hey, what are you doing?
I'm actually good friends with the guy. We go way back.
oh, I see. Here you go.
Thank you so much.
Man, this wedding ceremony looks so gorgeous. It was worth the long drive from Atami.
Wow, you came all the way from Atami.
That's right. Only a few taxi drivers would go that far, but I was in for the challenge.
Thank you so much for that.
Don't worry about it. It's my job after all.
After the taxi driver left, I took the wallet and checked the ID in it. I checked the guy's name, saying Minamide. He even had his home address, which was right next to our own apartment. Mr. Minamide. This is such a lovely photo. He even has that 45-degree angle pose.
That's,
So, do you want to talk now? What were you doing with our neighbor at our daughter's wedding?
What's this? What do you care?
Don't tell me you were having an affair during the wedding.
Is that true? Of course not.
Then what were you doing at Atami?
I can't tell you.
I see. Well, I should just ask our neighbor then.
Please don't. They have a family too. Did you just admit you were having an affair?
What a day. First, she was late to the wedding, and now we know it was because she was having an affair.
Just shut up. What do you care? Mom, just please tell the truth.
Yeah, there's no use in lying. We already have all the proof we need.
Ugh.
After being cornered, my Hikari and I finally admitted to having an affair with one of our neighbors. I didn't think I would find it out on the day of my daughter's wedding. After the incident, I decided to file for a divorce. Mommy, please sign this paper.
What? Why?
What do you mean, why? Isn't it obvious?
Are you still mad about the wedding incident? Grow up.
Sorry for not forgiving a monster that would rather be on a trip with their affair partner than their daughter's wedding.
You're just mixing words to make me the bad guy.
I don't even have to mix words. You're obviously in the wrong here. Afterwards, I hired a divorce lawyer and won the divorce settlement. The neighbor also got a divorce after the incident. I thought my ex-wife and the neighbor would be together, but that wasn't the case. They had to pay too much before even considering dating someone. Now, Mommy lives alone after being removed from the family. Last I heard, she was working at a part-time job to pay off the settlement. Trouble Busters!
Hi, my name is Hillary. I joined a video game company after finishing university. Because it's the company that produced some of my favorite games, I was overjoyed to become part of the team. However, the target audience of my favorite games is primarily men, so I was the first female employee to join the team.
Welcome aboard! Please introduce yourselves to everyone.
Hi, my name is Hillary, and I'll be working in game development. I'm thrilled to be able to join you and develop the games that I love. I look forward to working with you all.
Thanks, everyone. I wish you all the best of luck.
There were 5 new employees in total, including myself, and we were assigned to different departments. There's a job called debugging in the developing department, which is finding and fixing the bugs in the game. One of the new employees, Ian, was assigned to that team.
Hey, you!
Excuse me?
Yeah, I was talking to you.
There's no need to be rude. I just finished introducing myself. My name is Hillary.
How did you get into the production team?
What do you mean? I entered the company like everyone else.
There's no way a woman can get into the production team. You must have pulled some dirty tricks to get in.
What are you talking about? I've never... Before I could finish, he ignored me and returned to his desk. Such a jerk! Who does he think he is? How can he say that?
Hey, Hillary.
Oh, no. Did I say that out loud?
Sorry to interrupt. I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. Ian's in the debugging team, right?
Yes. Did you know him?
Yeah, Ian is a relative of the boss of one of our company clients. I think he was hoping to join the production team.
Oh, was he?
Apparently, he's not quite qualified to be in the production team, so the company couldn't let him in. But still, since he was our client's relative, he was assigned to the debugging team.
I see.
And I think that's why he's so upset about not getting into production and lashing out at you.
Oh, that's why. I was surprised that he suddenly came at me.
Yeah, don't mind him.
Thank you. Derek sits next to me, and he's a very nice person. Thanks to him, I was able to get on with my first task without thinking too much about what had just happened. That evening, our company had a welcome party for the new employees.
All the best in your new roles, and have a wonderful start. Cheers! You're the first female employee joining our company, Hillary. We make games targeting male audiences. It's so great to finally have a female employee on board.
I love Bio Aunt, made by our company. I never thought I'd see an aunt turning into a zombie in a game. I was so excited to join my dream company, and I got a little carried away.
Good for you. You just needed to act cute to get the job. Ian, the company recruited Hillary because she was the right person for the job. Stop talking to her like that.
Ian was already drunk, so he didn't stop.
What did you do at the interview? Did you cry? Or did you seduce someone for the job? How else can a woman get a job in the production team?
Anger level 30%. What does my gender have to do with my job? Work is work, and it has nothing to do with genders. The company saw the achievements I've accomplished so far, and that's the only reason I got this job.
Achievements? Are you talking about the seductive makeup you put on to make the interview fall in love with you? That's enough, Ian! Can't you see you're bothering her?
Anger level 60%. Ian, I don't know why you're talking so condescendingly to me when you couldn't even get into the production team. If you want to insult me like that, shouldn't you at least make it to the same level as me? After I said that, I could see the change on Ian's face. Shoot. Did I say something I'm not supposed to say? But I have to defend myself so I don't regret it. Ian lowered his head and walked out of the restaurant without saying a word. Was I too harsh?
Don't worry. He's the one who started it. Let's drink.
The welcome party went on for a bit longer, and it was pretty late by the time we decided to leave. Oh, it's late now. I'm glad I don't live far from the office, so I started to walk home alone. Oh, what was that? I feel like someone's following me. Is it an assassin? Good morning.
Oh, Hillary, you're here. Please, go home and pack your things now. You need to move today.
What? Why?
Last night after the party, I got a call from our staff saying that Ian was following you.
Ian was following me?
Yeah. From what I heard, he was acting kind of, strange. He was mumbling about how unforgivable you are and how he's gonna get rid of you. Did you notice anything last night?
I did feel something was not right when I walked home.
I got worried about hearing about Ian's abnormal behaviors, so it's better for you to go home today to avoid him.
But this is just my second day at work.
It's also not safe that he knows where you live. That's why you should move as soon as possible.
All right. I didn't know what Ian would do next, so I went home and thought about what to do next. I was so excited to start working on the game today. Then, I suddenly heard a loud bang on my door.
Hey! Open up, pig! I know you're in there!
What? Why are you here, Ian?
Such a shame you must stay home right after you join the company.
And whose fault do you think that is? Did you come all the way here to make a scene? Anger level 100%. Ian has been targeting and insulting me since the first day I joined the company. Now he even followed me home. How ridiculous is that? He's not getting away with the things he has done. Time to trouble bust him.
Ian, I actually wanted to apologize for being rude to you yesterday. I tried to speak as gently and calmly as possible.
What? You want to apologize now? Open the goddamn door!
Okay, how about we get a coffee nearby and talk about it? Then I took Ian to the coffee shop near my house.
So, you want to apologize to me now, you arrogant, self-important bitch?
Yes, I'm very sorry about yesterday. I secretly opened the voice recorder app on my phone.
I just don't understand how you can get into the production team. I'm much more suited for the job.
Do you hate being in the debugging team, Ian?
Obviously. Do you know how talented I am? I'm a genius, okay? How can I do a boring job like debugging? A good-for-nothing woman like you should be doing debugging instead of me.
You're right. Ian got carried away and started to spout out all his dissatisfaction and complaints about the company.
The boss is so stupid that he doesn't even have an eye for talented people. He only hired you because you're a young woman. I'm way too good for a company with such a slimebag boss.
You're right. I kept responding to him like a robot.
I came to this company because of my family relative. I can easily get into a much better company than this dump if I really put my mind to it.
You're absolutely right.
Why do you keep saying the same thing? Are you even paying attention to what I'm saying?
Then, I turned off the voice recorder. Like you said, Ian, game production should be done by people with talent. As a brainless and talentless person, I should probably quit my job.
Yeah, finally you get my point.
If a useless potato head like me quits, you'll be transferred to the production team right away.
That's right. I couldn't get a position in production because you took my spot.
I'll talk to the boss tomorrow about resigning then.
Yes, that's exactly what you should do. Useless people should all quit. Then your position will be mine.
Ian was pleased after hearing that I was resigning. He was excited and dreaming about joining the production team after I quit. The next morning, I went to the office early. Good morning, boss.
Hillary, how did everything go yesterday?
Yes. Could you please listen to this? Then I played the recording of yesterday's coffee shop conversation between Ian and me.
How could he? Not only did he offend you, but he also insulted the whole company, including me.
I felt he had crossed the line, so I decided to record him.
Now I understand Ian's personality and what he really thinks about this job. I can't have an employee with that kind of attitude.
Ian got fired later that day. The company president was infuriated. He said to Ian, "You don't have to come anymore if you hate this job so much." Ian's family relative also found out about what happened, so he refuses to help Ian find another job. I heard Ian's been struggling to even find a basic part-time job. I guess it's impossible to find a job with his personality and attitude, let alone his professional incompetence.
Hillary, let's do our best in the new game, Bio Ant. Anti Strikes Back.
Yes, let's make it the best game ever. We don't always get the job we want, but we shouldn't hold grudges against each other or hurt others to get what we want. I'm going to give 100% in the new game. It's not going to be an easy task, but I can't wait to take on the challenge.
Trouble Busters!
I'm Midoriko. I became wheelchair bound from an accident a couple of years ago. It's not easy, but my family and friends are very supportive, so I'm getting by. My best friend Hikari, who I've known since I was a child, just told me that she got engaged to her boyfriend. Midoriko, I'm getting married! Wow, congratulations, I'm so happy for you! Thank you! We've already set the wedding date, so I want to formally invite you. That would be great, but wouldn't it be troublesome for you to have a guest in a wheelchair? No, it wouldn't be a problem. I'm more worried about the distance that you'll have to travel to attend my wedding. I'd really love for you to be part of the wedding. I'm so excited to see you in a wedding dress. I'll be there. Thank you for the invite. That's how I became a part of Hikari's wedding. I'd informed the staff at the wedding venue that I would be arriving in a wheelchair, and they were very attentive to my care. Because of this, I was able to enter the venue without any problem. I then noticed a man looking at me from a distance. I wonder if that's Hikari's fiancé. The man seemed irritated and he called Hikari over to him.
Hikari, come over here.
What is it, Kazuki?
Who was that woman in the wheelchair?
That's Midoriko. I've known her since I was little and she's my best friend. I told you that I'd be inviting my friends.
What the hell? You didn't tell me they would be in a wheelchair.
Uh-huh. I told you, you weren't listening to me.
That part is not important. Aren't you embarrassed to be seen with her?
You can't be serious. It seemed that they were arguing over my presence. I wonder if I should leave. I went up to Hikari. Hikari, was it a mistake for me to come here? Midoriko, I'm so sorry you had to hear that. Yeah, he seems upset that I came in a wheelchair.
Why did you have to invite her? People will look at us differently now.
How can you say that? You're being very rude to Midoriko.
Go away, you crippled, creepy half-machine woman!
How dare you say that to me like you're being cool?
If we're seen with her, people will think that we hang out with weird people. If we don't surround ourselves with healthy people, we'll embarrass ourselves.
Hikari's fiancé protested furiously. I think I need to leave now. Midoriko, wait! Kazuki, you're being a jerk! She then slapped Kazuki in the face. Nice.
What the hell? What's wrong with you?
You told me that you were embarrassed of a guest, so I'm leaving with her. Midoriko, let's go! Are you sure, Hikari? Hikari pushed my wheelchair and took me to the bride's waiting room.
Wait!
She completely ignored Kazuki, who was making a scene behind us. This is awkward. Hikari's parents were in the waiting room when we got there. Hello, Midoriko. Thank you for coming. Your dress is lovely.
Is something wrong?
Hikari explained to her parents about what Kazuki had said. I can't forgive him for disrespecting my best friend.
But your wedding is about to start soon.
Kazuki is garbage to me now that he mistreated Midoriko. Hikari, it's so sweet of you to look after me like that. Garbage can be recycled. I would say Kazuki is less than garbage. I like how you can make fun of the situation. Anyway, I need your help to get something done. Hikari spoke to her family in the waiting room and also did the same with her friends. Are you sure you want to go this far for me? Yes, I'm sure. You're much more important to me than Kazuki. Hikari's such a good friend. I respect her so much. She changed her wedding plans just for me. She was going to get back at Kazuki for being horrible to me. We won't forgive him. Trouble busters. Eventually, the wedding ceremony began. The guests of the groom were sitting in their places, but none of the guests of the bride had arrived yet.
What's happening? Where's Hikari?
As an uneasy air loomed, Hikari came into the venue alone, wearing her wedding dress.
Why are you alone? And why is your father not walking you down the aisle?
Hikari walked over to the center and said, I'm sorry, everyone, but today's wedding has been canceled. The guests began to murmur and Kazuki began to panic.
What are you saying, you idiot?
Shut up! Who's the idiot? Midoriko, can you please come here? Okay. I was a little embarrassed, but I made my way over to Hikari. My best friend Midoriko is in a wheelchair because of an accident. I wanted her to be with me on my big day, which is why I invited her here today. Hikari is a great friend, and our friendship has remained the same even after my accident. But my fiancé Kazuki said he was ashamed and embarrassed of Midoriko when he met her earlier today.
Don't air our dirty laundry!
I was extremely hurt by the way you humiliated my best friend. That's not all. You're being disrespectful to those that are disabled. I can't believe you would be so insulting. Everyone at the venue began to look at Kazuki with scornful eyes. If I had gotten married to this man and we eventually had a child together, and if our child was born with a disability, I wonder how he would have reacted then. Would he have been ashamed of his own child?
That would be different!
You just said to me earlier, don't invite anyone that would embarrass us. That means that in addition to Midoriko, we shouldn't invite anyone at all.
Why would we invite no one?
I have no affection for you anymore. I'm not going to marry you. Goodbye! Kazuki's relatives tried to stop us, but Hikari's family helped us to escape.
This can't be happening!
Hikari and I spoke in front of the building. Midoriko, I'm so sorry. I had no idea that he was such a jerk. Don't cry. Are you really okay with your engagement being called off? It's a little troublesome, but I'll get over it. Besides, good thing I found out he was a jerk before marrying him. Hikari had tears in her eyes, but she was trying to be strong. After that, Hikari and Kazuki officially called off their engagement. Kazuki, who had been embarrassed on his wedding day, was furious. However, Kazuki's parents were even more furious. They weren't mad at Hikari, they were livid with their son. Hikari told me about what happened with Kazuki's parents.
Hikari, we're so sorry.
We apologize for our ignorant son's actions.
You idiot! How cruel can you be to discriminate against disabled people? I didn't! Don't deny it. We know that you said some terrible things to Hikari's friend. Hikari was smart to call off the engagement.
We understand that our son is fully responsible for what happened. We will pay for all of the wedding costs. We will also make amends to your friend. Regarding my friend, I'll ask her what she wants. So, Minariko, what do you want to do? I was hurt emotionally, but not physically, and I'm over it now, so I'm fine. Are you sure? Kazuki's parents are willing to pay for the emotional hurt caused to you. There's really no need for that. I'm touched that they wanted to go this far to apologize to me. Kazuki's parents were true to their word, and they apologized to me endlessly. To be honest, I wasn't too bothered by what had happened anymore, so I told them that their apologies were enough. So this is what happened with Kazuki and his parents. Kazuki's parents sent him overseas to do volunteer work. Kazuki had no choice but to resign from his job and go to a foreign country to help those in need. His parents wanted him to have the experience of helping others. I suppose his parents wanted Kazuki to learn a big lesson. They wanted their son to have compassion for others. I guess we'll have to see how many years of volunteer work it'll take for Kazuki to learn his lesson. But hopefully he'll become a kinder person. After her engagement was called off, Hikari spent most of her free time with me. Where should we go next? Should we go overseas together? You mean go see Kazuki doing his volunteer work? No way! We can go anywhere you want. Don't worry about being in a wheelchair. I'm here to help you if you need me to. Thank you, Hikari. Being in a wheelchair is tough, but it's taught me the kindness of others. I was shocked by the calling off of Hikari's engagement, but I suppose it was just a blessing in disguise. I wouldn't have wanted her to marry an uncompassionate person. Being in a wheelchair isn't easy, but I'm learning to see the bright side of things. I guess I wouldn't see the true side of people or their kindness if I wasn't in this situation. Troublebusters.
Hi, my name is Haley. I just gave birth to my son yesterday. I've been living with my parents for the past few months, and my husband was supposed to come and see me when I gave birth. It had passed the time he was supposed to be here, but neither he had shown up nor replied to my messages. My mother was with me at the hospital, but she left in advance to give us space. So I waited for my husband in the hospital room alone. My husband never showed up. Someone else came. Good morning. Oh, you look well. I was worried that you'd be exhausted. Mother-in-law, what do you mean? I know you were expecting Kyle, but he's not coming. What? Why? I texted him yesterday and he said he'd be here on time. Did something happen to him? No, nothing happened. Don't worry, all right? Well, actually, something did happen. You see, you took maternity leave and moved back with your parents before your due date. You lived a lazy and carefree life at home before giving birth to your son. I wasn't lazy. My doctor told me that I needed to rest. What's so funny? Could you stop smirking like that? Aha, that cocky attitude of yours. Let's see how long that will last. I have good news and bad news, Hillary. Which would you like to hear first? What a cliched opening. Fine. I'll hear the bad news first. Final answer? Sheesh, could you just give me the news? Okay. While you were relaxing at your parents' home waiting for the baby to come, Kyle met someone and started a relationship with her. So, can you please divorce him? Anger level 30%. Are you kidding? He had an affair while I was having a baby? How could he do that? Wait, where is Kyle? Why didn't he come here and tell me himself? Also, why are you so happy about him having an affair? Well, guess what? He's dating the only daughter of Trubus Hotel's president. Her name is Sheila. Trubus Hotel? That famous luxury hotel? Sheila and Kyle used to be childhood friends. They were really close. I wanted Kyle to marry Sheila, but Sheila's parents made her marry someone else. I was so sad when Sheila got married. Huh? Are you saying the daughter of Trubus's hotel president is also married and having an affair? What is wrong with both of them? No, Sheila is a good girl, okay? She got divorced 6 months ago and has been living with her parents since then. Oh, I see. It was about the same time I moved back with my parents. So she went back home, reconnected with her childhood sweetheart, and got together with him? That's right. Isn't that so romantic? You see, our family has a long-established custom suit store, and Kyle is going through training to take over the business. When the time comes that he's ready to take over the store, we can move our store next to Sheila's father's hotel and merge our businesses. Both of our families have long-established businesses. Kyle and Sheila are a perfect match for each other. Anger level 60%. I see. But have you forgotten about one thing? What is it? Kyle and I are still married.
He had an affair during my pregnancy, and he doesn't even have the guts to tell me he wants a divorce. What is he willing to do to get a divorce? Remember, I'm not the type who does everything he wants. So, here comes the good news. You're disowning him and sending him to the middle of nowhere? No, of course not. We'll pay you $50,000 as compensation. Also, you get to keep the land we gave you and Kyle to build your house on. So, divorce my son now. Are you sure? What? Yay, I'm finally free. Thank you for everything, mother-in-law. I'll never forget how you bullied me for the past few years. Why are you so happy? Your husband cheated on you and asked you for a divorce. Because the marriage felt like a fraud to begin with. We met at work, started dating, and then we got married. After marriage, Kyle said, I need to quit my job so I can get ready to take over my family business. Then he said he needed to move back home. When I told him if I couldn't move with him because my commute time would be 3 hours each way, he said,
What? Are you still going to work? Quit your job and learn to take care of the business from my mother.
What was he thinking? I have no interest in working at a suit store. And we don't need a daughter-in-law who can't help with our business. Do you know how much I regretted letting my son marry you? That's not my concern. If you want your daughter-in-law to help with your family business, you should have said something before we married. Even Kyle said to me,
It's up to you if you want to keep working after we get married.
He was just saying what you wanted to hear. We're a family with traditions, so we need someone beautiful, well-educated, and has a good job to be Kyle's wife. A woman like that also won't quit her job just because he wants her to, okay? Forget it. It's pointless talking about this now. I'll divorce him immediately after I get the land and the money. Oh, and also the divorce agreement. You're as impudent as ever. Good that you at least agreed to the divorce. Also, my son will get full custody of the baby. The only contribution you've ever made for our family is giving birth to the baby. Anger level, 90%. Huh? I'm not gonna let that happen. Isn't Kyle getting remarried soon? Can't they have a baby? I have to make sure. What if Sheila can't give birth? She didn't have a child from her previous marriage. I'll give your child back once Kyle and Sheila have a baby. No, there is no way you're taking my son from me. I can't trust a man who doesn't even bother to come and see his child. I'll see you in court if you try to claim full custody of my child. No matter how much money you offer me, I'll never give you my son. After that, Kyle and I spent a long time fighting in court over our son's custody. Just kidding, that didn't happen. After my mother-in-law left, I talked to Kyle and found out that he was never interested in taking the child's custody. So I got full custody of my son before my mother-in-law could find out about our decisions. Of course, she was furious when she found out about it later. But there was nothing she could do. Not only I got full custody of my son, but I also received the $50,000 compensation. Now I'm living with my parents and raising my son with my mother's help. I'm very happy with my life after the divorce. However, there's more to the story. A month after the divorce, Kyle started messaging me. I kept his number just in case, but I probably should have blocked him right after the divorce. He said in the message,
I only realized my feelings for you after I lost you. I still love you, Hillary. Please, let's start over.
I replied, no way, and turned the notifications off. Later that night, I looked at my phone and found more messages from Kyle. Well, 50 messages to be exact. Anger level, 100%. What's the point of contacting me now? What is he thinking? Time to trouble bust him. Why don't you reply to Kyle's messages? What's with that attitude? You should apologize to him now. All Kyle wanted was to apologize to you sincerely. I'll also apologize for all the mistakes I made. Can you get back together with him? Why are you using Kyle's phone to text me? I guess they didn't work out, did they? How do you know? I already knew everything when you were busy being happy about their affair. When Kyle and I were still married, he told me his family business going well. Isn't that why you urged him to cheat on me with Sheila? You wanted to save your family business with Sheila's parents' money. Am I right? But you didn't know that Sheila's parents were thinking the same thing. You never expected a luxury hotel would face the same problem as a custom suit store, right? Both families were in financial distress and hoping to seek help from each other. You're so vain, too. You borrowed money to hold VIP parties and kept spending money on advertisements. From the outside, your businesses seemed to be thriving, But in fact, both of your companies were sinking ships, and it's impossible for two sinking ships to help each other. What? How did you know about this? Did you know what I do for a living? Of course, you work at the bank, yes. That's how I know that your businesses are not doing so well. Your suit store and Sheila's father's hotel both borrowed money from the bank. I don't have to work in commercial banking to know that. After all, your businesses are well known in the area. Yes, you guessed it right. I told Kyle to get together with Sheila so her family can help with our financial problems. Ugh, she's so ugly that her ex-husband divorced her. I paid a lot of money to make you leave, and I even gave up my grandchild. I thought I was doing the right thing for the store. How was I supposed to know that Travis Hotel was struggling too? Ugh, this is so unfair. Uh-huh. Kyle was just following my orders. Can you forgive him, Hillary?
Kyle wouldn't listen to you if he cared about the child and me. So I'll never forgive you both. Don't ever contact me again.
Please.
Thank you for helping me and my son get off a sinking ship. Later, it was reported that both businesses declared bankruptcy. I was playing with my son, and I smiled when I saw the news.
Trouble Busters!